Tenille Townes, it is so great to catch up to you.
It's so good to get to talk to you. Thanks for having me.
What I find is that if I'm going to catch up to you, I got to run real fast. You're busy all the time.
That's so nice. It's been quite a whirlwind adventure the last little bit.
Well, the last time you and I spoke, and again on Zoom, but that's better than nothing, would have been when you released The Last Time. And that's one of those songs, especially for a guy at my stage in life, where I was telling you before we started, my kids are at that age where they're not as interested in hanging out with dad anymore. It's
Oh, yeah.
not over, but we're getting there. And so when I hear The Last Time, even still, it's one of those songs hits me right there.
Oh, I'm so glad. That means the world. That's what music's supposed to do. It's supposed to get us where we need it to.
Well, congratulations on its success. Now we're on to a brand new single. And this is called The Thing That Wrecks You. And what I love about the song in advance of its release is the social media campaign, because I mean, I think any song is special, but this one is up here, in terms of the certain special elements. And I would like you to tell us why.
Yeah, I'm still freaking out that this is all real and unfolded the way that it did, but I happened to be in Vancouver. I was filming for the Hallmark movie last year, and we did the music for it at the studio. And as I'm about to leave, like we turn this corner, and coming up the staircase is no one other than Bryan Adams. And I was standing there like going, keep it cool, don't freak out. Like, okay, okay, keep it together. And like he comes up and I got to say hello and thank him for his music. And I was just standing there going, this iconic voice has just I mean, there's no other voice like this on the planet. Like, what an incredible artist and path to look up to. And so, anyways, it was amazing to talk to him. He gave us a quick tour, and then we left the studio, and I was just so fired up. I was like, I just got to meet Bryan Adams. How crazy. I said to my manager in the parking lot, I was like, I want to sing a song with him someday. Like, that would be insane. That would be so crazy. And I just kept thinking about it. By the time we got through the Uber to the hotel and when we're in the elevator, I was like, I know what the song is. Like, it's a song I wrote a while ago. I've always wanted to do a version of. Why don't we like record it? We were going to be in the studio next week anyway. So my band and I made a pipe dream version of this song. I wrote him a letter. We burned it to a CD. And because I didn't have like an email or a link to send it to, I just had the physical address. So I was like, I'll just send something there. You never know. So I'm standing at the FedEx corner, like laughing, basically going, well, we'll just take this shot and see. And 2 days later, he got the FedEx through a series of crazy, miraculous events. He listened to the song and he said he'd absolutely love to sing on it. So it's been such a journey over the past like 8 months of working on this song together and getting it to this place. And I can't even believe it's here. It's so crazy.
Well, I read the song described as a wild thought and a chance encounter. And I think you've described that very well.
Thank you. It really was quite a chance encounter. And yeah, I mean, you should just go for the crazy things, right? You just never know. You might end up with Bryan Adams on your song.
No, right. Made the perfect point in that. If you don't go for it and I don't want to bother Bryan Adams, blah, 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 then we don't end up with this song on our hands and you don't have that dream come true. And what I love also, here you are, the CCF Entertainer of the Year, 2 Juno nominations coming up 2 weeks from today. And yet you're still starstruck by somebody like Bryan Adams. And I think that is such a good demonstrator of how grounded you are.
Oh, well, thank you. I mean, I'm always freaking out over I'm like fan of music first, foremost, forever and always. It's like things that inspire me that just I don't know, makes me feel alive in the best way. So that'll always be there.
Makes me curious, who else, if you were to shoot around the corner in the hallway of another studio and run into who would you have the same
I
reaction with?
mean, I'm working on my Dolly Parton letter right now, you know? I'm just like, "Let's go."
You know, I said this to my wife the other day. Betty White was one of those characters that just seemed universally loved. And
Yes.
while I think Dolly Parton has always been universally loved, I really feel since Betty White's gone, it's been amplified towards Dolly.
Interesting. I've always felt that about Dolly. I think you're right. She's just got this remarkable spirit about her that can just be friends with anybody, you know? Her music is just it's like nothing else. But yeah, who knows? It's very much, this whole experience has encouraged me to just do the crazy things, because why not? What do you got to lose, you know? So
Maybe we're about to write another song here. It's called The Crazy Things.
I
And
like it, Paul. Let's do it.
about that, I'm in for a quarter, only a quarter.
Okay, that sounds fair. Okay.
Kind of light on the thing that wrecks you. Tell me about what that song's all about.
Yeah, I wrote this song actually while a friend of mine was going through this very toxic relationship, and it was just like I wanted to just rescue her from it, and I was like, "Why do you keep going back to him? Like, this is, you know, this isn't good for you. Like, you're in so much pain about it." But that's the thing about being human, I think, is sometimes you can't get to the other side of something until you just go through it. Like, there's no other way around it. And I wrote this song kind of doing my best to sort of sit in the middle of that feeling and hope that it could be a comfort for whoever is sitting in that spot. And having been in that spot myself, it's like, yeah, this is a horrible feeling, but it's like that emotion is that tension that kind of exists between, I know this isn't good for me, but I gotta keep running and just do it anyway. It's like that there's something real and tangible to that, that I'm so glad we got to capture in this song. And I really think Bryan's voice, his voice is just what wrecks me. It just destroys me. So it feels like the right fit for all of this.
Well, congrats on it again. Tenille Townes has got a couple of Juno nominations, a performance spot on the show coming up in a couple of weeks as well. And man, am I going to be pulling for you there at the
Well,
Junos. That's
thank you. I appreciate that, Paul. Thank you for your kindness.
and coming up next month, some U.S. dates. And if I'm not mistaken, you had to add a few shows to the Northeast U.S. tour.
Yes, which is very exciting. So I'm really pumped to go see some new friends in those areas. Some of these towns we've only like ever opened for people passing through. So this will be our first time doing our own show. So I'm really excited for that, and just in the middle of writing and recording a bunch of new stuff. So I look forward to sharing more of it very soon.
Good stuff. We can't wait to hear it. In the meantime, the thing that wrecks you is on our laps right now. Tenille Townes with Bryan Adams, in what I think is one of the year's coolest stories. And it's only the first.
Thanks, Paul. So good to chat with you.
Where can I find you on socials?
All over the place. Just Tenille Townes on any and all, and I will be there. I can't wait to hang.
Good luck at the Junos. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Thanks for yours. Have a great trip. Enjoy CRS.